back in town. Boys are back in town. What's going on? Candace, Coin Fox, and Cody. Got the fam in here today. What's going on, traders? Excited to have y'all in here this morning. Happy hump day, 9 o'clock this morning. The Dow is pointing to a gain at the open one day after it soared about 500 points or 2%. Extremely volatile right now, guys, as you have been well aware. The Robin Hooders are alive and well this morning as well. They got up a little early this morning. You guys see on the Gap Up watch list, CARB, LMFA, OPHC, yesterday with UONE. Man, we have had a crazy market the last few days. Insane. But I'm with you, Coin. As far as the FOMO is real. Some people are learning the wrong lessons right now that are not going to necessarily be paying dividends forever. They're certainly not. But people are learning the wrong lessons right now. But we have to be very aware of that and aware of our emotions. And by the way, when I was thinking of that, I was thinking, okay, well, we've been seeing UONE, we've been seeing CARV, LMFA, all these stocks popping on up when most people are saying what? You got a lot of new traders right now who are experiencing the FOMO and want to buy these stocks on up because, oh, they're going up forever. But if you've been trained for a while, you learn these emotions and you know how to react to them. When your emotions telling you something's going up forever, usually that's a good sign to short sell. When something looks like it's going down forever, usually that's a good sign to start buying it on up. So I have learned to react to these emotions, and understand what they're telling me and what normally happens when I am feeling a certain way. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into today. It is a very strange one today. It is a very strange one. Now, fundamental analysis, like we normally do, is not necessarily working at the moment. Not necessarily working. Candace, did you see INVVY yesterday? I didn't pop that one on up. You can look at it right now, though. It's about 10 to 20,000 shares traded a minute. A little light on volume. A little pop and consolidation on it. What was your question on that one? It did make a huge move recently, though. Very recent, from like couple bucks to 40. So it's very difficult to do that again. And this is in the OTC market, which is not a very reputable exchange. I don't necessarily trade OTC, but it was light, but it was that. Yeah, very random. And Candace, there's a lot of random plays this morning. There's a lot. There was a lot yesterday. There's a lot of random out there, and we're going to be taking a look at it this morning. Coin to the moon. Everything's to the moon. Appreciate that, Coin. There's a lot of random stuff out there. A lot. I mean, everything's no news. CRV this morning. Our leading gapper this morning. What is the news? The news on these stocks are essentially the float. That's it. People are and this happens maybe once or twice a year. Traders will find stocks that are just very low in float, and those will be getting, all the hype and attention. Oh, CARB, 1 million in float. Let's all buy it on up. And guess what? That's what happens. Everyone starts buying it on up for no good reason at all. Now you see this one jumping up to 15 bucks, and you're like, oh, I don't want to miss out. Let's buy it. That's usually a good sign to do what? Usually a good sign to short. So I did break my rule of not trading in pre-market, and I took a trade in pre-market this morning. FYI. NTN, I did take a short on this one, up around $6, wrote down to about $5.60. NTN, not a fan of this stock, and this got a very fast move yesterday, ramped into the close. Let's go ahead and take a look at NTN real quick. Had a very nice ramp to the close. They entered into a non-binding letter of intent for a potential strategic transaction with a third party. So there's nothing concrete here. It was a potential. When I see potential, it's a bad sign. Nothing's concrete there. They just regained compliance with the New York Stock Exchange back again. They were not in compliance, and they may get delisted still, but they have like an 18-month, extension to see if they can get back into listing requirements. Essentially what happened is they've had net losses consecutively the last 5 years. And so you're going to get delisted if that's the case, unless you can go net positive. But NTN, this stock, not looking good. Daily, when this thing pops on up, comes back down. So I do like this one. Do have shorts here. May take another stab at it. It's got a little head and shoulders forming in here in pre-market. But this market's incredibly irrational right now, guys. Very irrational. And guess what? The market can remain irrational longer than we can remain solvent. VT in the house. Stock market might not be looking good, but you sure are. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Okay, I won't tell the wife that. That's between me and you. Interestingly enough, guys, I found some news on something that I just want to bring to your attention, and that is on UONE. UONE, guys, you know this one yesterday. Coin, I bet you were feeling the FOMO on UONE. This stock, man, from a couple bucks up to $40. Now, okay, let me just bring this to your attention. Can you imagine having 4 million shares of UONE as a long-term investor? You're holding 5% of this company. Just imagine having 4 million shares of the company. And then the stock, it doesn't move for like a year, and you just say, okay, I'm going to scratch it, get out of this, and just sell my position at 75 cents the day before this thing takes on off. Well, that is what happened to a very large hedge fund. Brigade Capital Management's Cayman Island-based leverage capital structures fund has sold off all of its shares in the nation's foremost media entity, super serving African American consumers. So, yeah. On the 15th of June, Brigade Capital Management dumped 4 million shares in Urban One at a price of 76 cents per share. 4 million shares, June. What's up, Brad? We're just having a little fun for a second. This is awful. I'm laughing because of how miserable this is. 4 million shares they dumped the 15th at 76 cents. Insane. I bet they are slapping themselves. UONE, guys, this one, you know, not every one of these stocks is going to be able to sustain this move. So UONE, I'm assuming this one may start seeing a little. I mean, you had a lot of people buying that on up from 22 to 40 bucks. Imagine we're going to see a little bit of selling pressure on that, maybe some fade. Maybe this thing could turn around and be an intraday climber like it was the last 2 days. But we have CARV leading the dance this morning. And then we have OPHC, LMFA, all these stocks. What do they have in common? 2 million in float, 2 million in float, 1 million in float. That's what people are interested in right now. They are interested in these low float stocks. BYFC, 12 million in float. IMTE, 2 million in float. Every single one of these stocks, low float. And that's the news. You know, that is the fundamental analysis, because these stocks are not coming out with, they don't have any news on them. They're just pumping and dumping these stocks on up. I bet all these chat rooms are very, very excited about this morning. So yesterday, guys, we went over a couple plays that CLDX, by the way, coin. You said for the pop and fade, CLDX did do a little pop and fade. Let's pull that one on up. CLDX. You guys know I like the easy stuff. You know, I'm not a fan of playing these low float stocks that just whip back and forth 50 cents at a time. Cody, done for the day. Come on, man. You got to hang out with the fellas still. Stay here till 9:30. Great trade, man. CRV. Couldn't help yourself. You just had to do it. Just had to. Awesome work, man. Yeah. I'm done. I traded NTN this morning. I'm probably done as well. I'll post the chart on YouTube. I may take another trade. There's a couple shorts I want to look at. But awesome work, Cody. All right, CLDX. This one, pop and fade, killed it. Coin, you nailed that one. CLDX. This one is still trying to get this third touch breakout and have that little gap to fill. So we are going to keep it on the back burner here. It did touch this resistance line up here. You guys see that upper shadow about 1175, 1180. And a little bit of a pullback there on CLDX. So we're certainly going to keep that on watch. It did have the fade yesterday. It's not surprising. The faster the move, the weaker the trend's going to be. We are going to see a little bit of selling pressure. Another one we were watching yesterday was CLSN. Now, CLSN is a dirty dog here. This one we were watching yesterday for a little long. You guys know we were watching this for, it's really curling and U-shaping around this 13 EMA. Had a nice little U-shaped pattern and had a breakout. Had a breakout past this U-shaped breakout 330 and up to $5. Not a bad play here. But at this point, I'm not a fan of a long on here. You know, this one I am much more a fan of a short on. And I do have shorts at CMEG, so I will be watching this one out of the gates. This is how it's looking, though, in pre-market. Yesterday, went from about, what, $3.93, $4. It climbed all the way up to $5. And it is having a little bit of a gap up in pre-market after hours. So, with that being said, I want to see how this one's going to open on up. Really want to see that. I think 520 is a very key area. On CLSN, you guys see this lower shadow right here coming and testing 520, bouncing back up. I really want to see what's going to do around 520, and then obviously getting below yesterday's close. That's a natural level of support there. Yesterday's close at 490. That is going to be a very critical and key level on CLSN. So 520, 490 are levels I want to look for. See how it's going to play around there, and we might get a little pop at the start of the day, which I wouldn't mind at all. Obviously, we're going to see some profit taken if this gets a pop out of the gates from all these guys long in it yesterday. So I wouldn't mind shorting into a pop here, CLSN. We did have two very large days on it, green days, and I like that one for a short. And it's easier to manage risk. Now, guys, you know as well as I do, me and Coin have been saying it, you know, we try to avoid some of these. And honestly, this is probably why there's not 200 people in this pre-market analysis, is because most people just want you to tell them how to trade these low float stocks. The difference between gamblers and traders is one simple thing. Gamblers are focused on money. Traders are focused on risk. It really, these 1 million, 2 million float stocks that whip back and forth 30, 40 cents, it's very difficult to manage risk. It is very difficult to manage risk, and that's why I just kind of like to watch them. You know, I'll pop some popcorn, come upstairs, and just end up watching some of these because it is incredibly entertaining. On UONE, watching that thing go from 15 to $40, and accounts are getting blown. Not that that's entertaining, but it just is what it is. Maybe it is entertaining. I don't know. All right, leading gappers, CARV, OPHC, LMFA. It's good. It's good for them. It's good for them. Risk management equals consistent profits. Yep, Coin knows it. Coin knows what he's doing. All right, so OPHC, LMFA, CARV. I'm not going to tell anybody how to trade them because these things they just do what they want. But what I will do is take a look at some consistent setups that I normally do like to trade, right off the bear scan watch list. NTN, CLSN, and BBGI. These are three different stocks I'm looking at on the short side, and they are going to be a little bit similar to AM and VBIV yesterday. Now, these are the stocks I traded on the short side yesterday. AM faded all throughout the day. Not a bad short there. What we were looking at on AM was very simple. We saw resistance, tough resistance at about 675. This stock getting way overbought off of the trend line. When it does get overbought, it comes back down to the trend line. And so we were just looking for a nice little short there. VBIV, this one had a nice little pop up towards resistance. The last couple months, it has gone from 70 cents up to 270 and coming up to this resistance around $3. So that one was a nice little short too. Now this morning, I am looking at, I do like BBGI. I got shorts on this one. BBGI, this one, a solid ramp into the close, $2.50 up to $4. And this one just kind of going sideways in after hours pre-market. Not a lot of volume here. Sent at 329. So guess what? 329. We got buyers in this from yesterday from 330 to 395 that are looking to get out. Is this Beats? That little logo right there looks like Beats by Dr. Dre. Might be. BBGI. So let's take a look at the chart. It is coming up to resistance as well. You guys know I like many different variables of resistance, of support that kind of align the stars up. This one does have a roughly 415, 420 is that key level, magic number that we always go over. Look at the fast move that it did have yesterday, 220 up to 375. I'm looking for a red day. 200-day moving average, 287. So I doubt it's going to, might drop below it, but then get a little pop back up. Did break back above it pretty nice yesterday, so I imagine it's going to hold that area. I would love a pop back up to yesterday's close, like $3.95 up to $4, because ideally I'd prefer scaling into this up towards that resistance. BBGI, slightly larger float, so it may run as float terms. Yep. What is the float on it? BBGI. It is 8 million float. Don't like these low floats. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see what volume's going to do here at the start of the day. I mean, if all the attention comes to BBGI, I'll probably look for something a little lighter. You guys know these shorts that I like to play, I like them to be light on volume because ideally I just want profit taking to happen from yesterday. Ideally, that's what I'm looking at. All right, CLSN, same story here. But BBGI, I wouldn't mind a pop out of the gates. But then some fade, pop and fade. CLSN, very steep. This one ramp $4 up to about $5 into the close yesterday. I like this one for a short. Now, this one we were watching for a long because it was respecting the 13 EMA and U-shaping around it, but it's way off of those levels. It is way overbought here. So this one, it would not be surprising at all if we saw a little bit of a pullback today. $27 million. Yeah, it didn't really look like. I don't know. I got 8 million down here. BBGI. What are you using? What? I know we're pulling from ISW. We're pulling from many different sources here. So. All right, and the last one is NTN. Man, another freaking good short there that I missed. $7 down to $6 right now. There's still opportunity here. Here's the trend that it's on. It's testing it right now. So we'll see what's going to happen. I like NTN for a short. I don't think most of the volume is going to be here on it. Most of the volume is probably going to be CARV, LMFA, OPHC, and yesterday's UONE. So NTN, I think we're going to. It wouldn't be surprised if we had some fade here today. It is trying to crack that trend. Very fast move. The NTN's not trading like a low float. NTN, it says 2 million in float. It's not trading like that. Look at its past chart history. Range is pretty solid. Last time it had a day like it did yesterday, had an upper shadow, had some fade and sell off. That's something I always look for, looking at left of the chart, looking at the daily. Seeing how this stock traded the last time that it had similar volume. A similar day. SPY's looking good. All right. 920. I'm going to write all these out, guys. Today is nuts. Today is absolutely nuts. Risk management is key. So just make sure if you're trading CARV, LMFA, OPHC, UONE, these are our leading gaps. Short sells I'm looking at NTN, BBGI, CLSN. Yeah, this time though is the way the market is right now is providing us with really good opportunity, both on what, both on trading and learning ourselves. You know, one of the most I'd argue the most important thing about trading is being able to understand yourself, kind of in the third person, be able to be introspective and understand your emotions when something's, and that's one of the things I learned with some of these stocks that are going up forever. It's like, okay, it's going up forever. My emotions, you know, naturally, for one, human behavior never changes. That's something you'll learn the longer you trade. Human behavior never changes. So with that in mind, when something's going up and you understand the psychology behind most people's emotions, telling them, oh, buy it up. It's going to go up forever. Good idea to short. Candace, hey Kevin, looks like there is a UNEK as well. UONEK. What is the K on the NASDAQ? I know a NASDAQ is 4-letter tickers. What's the K? Yeah, is UONEK just like... You have UONE and then UONEK. Two different companies? No, they're both okay. It's Urban One Radio. Okay. Yeah, so those are going to be trading similar. Yep. So just you know, whatever UONE does, UNOEK is likely just going to do the same. But awesome job, Cody. End in the morning in pre-market. Nice work. CRV. Short interest only 0.13%. BBGI. Yeah, I want to. We got a 6-cent spread here. I just want to see how it's going to open on off. If BBGI, if we open up and the spread closes up, we got like, you know, 2-3 cent spread at the most. We start getting a little pop up towards 395. You know, I would not mind starting a position on it at all. I mean, yesterday, guys, 220 to freaking 395. This is a good setup. But BBGI, it's in the communication sector. Understand that sector's hot right now, as every sector is essentially hot right now. The low float sector is hot. It's essentially its own sector. Coronavirus sector is still hot. Communication sector hot. Chinese manufacturing, and there's a lot going on right now, guys. It's a lot going on. And I'm embarrassed to say, but when there's so much going on like this, I can get a little frazzled. And sometimes not know what to do. But that's why we make a plan, or yeah, what is it? Make a plan, plan a trade, trade a plan. I don't know. Plan your trade your plan. There it goes. 9:25, guys. We got a couple minutes till the market opens on up. You know what it is. You know what we're doing, what we're trading, what we're focusing on, managing the risk, and not overstaying our welcome. So any questions at all before we wrap up this stream this morning? Plan your trade, trade your plan. That's what it is. You gotta be like a politician. You always gotta have a plan. Cody, have a great day, man. Awesome work in pre-market. Enjoy your day. On a mean green streak, man. You are killing it. Kevin in the house. What's going on, man? Yeah, I got NTN. I do want to watch CLSN, BBGI, and NTN at the start of the day just to see what's going to happen there. And then besides that, I am going to cash up and start the day. Just enjoy the day. I don't want to. I don't want to focus on all these low floats all day. Honestly, like I just don't. That's not me. That's for the all the chat rooms out there. It's very difficult to manage risk with them. CRV gap overhead 21. Yeah, CARV is nuts. I'm going to be watching these just to watch them at the start of the day. Other than that, we'll focus the easier plays. BBGI getting a little pop right now. $4 up to. All right. $4 we got on the bid. I'm very interested to see how this one's going to open on off. Very, very interested. I'm not trading it if it's whipping back and forth and it has a very large spread to it. Bid back down to 390. Yeah, on some of these crazy plays, buying the pullbacks has been working. Buying the pullbacks has been working. All right, NTN appears as though it's cracking the trend a little bit here. But how NTN has been working in pre-market thus far, and this is understanding the personality of each stock, is when this thing pops up, that's when you scale into it on the short side. See this? Pops up, all right, start shorting, all right? Provides nice pullback. Provides some good money. Pops back up, starts shorting it, fades. Pops back up, short it, starts fading. So with that being said, I really don't want to chase this on the short side, even if it did crack the trend. I want it to pop back up, then provides with a good short there. All right, we got a couple minutes, guys, till the market opens on up. Let's kill it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.